held a grudge for centuries, bottled deep inside, like sediments in a box of Riesling. There's bitterness that lies, nothing left but broken dreams, with nowhere left to climb. Toxic emotions left us dying on the vine. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally over, it's the bitter end. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally ended, it's the bitter end.
Yeah.
All right. That bitter end. Yeah, I like that. Welcome to Skrilltown Talk. I'm your host, Mr. Skrilltown himself. And tonight we have the lovely, talented, award-winning singer-songwriter, Brenda Best. What's going on, Brenda?
A lot is going on, and I'm excited that I'm on your show talking about it. So
We're excited to have you.
Thank you so much. Hey, I just want to say shout out to everybody that's listening tonight and watching. So thank you guys for tuning in. Just before I started, I was texting friends, showing them the link. I also posted it a couple of times, and I should be posting it on Twitter. And I forgot. I think I did it earlier today, but I didn't put a reminder like minutes ago. We still call it Twitter, but I think it's like X.
It's X, yeah, it's X. Yeah, you get in trouble if you call it Twitter nowadays. No, I'm just
like only the birds can tweet. Anyway, I love your show. You got a great show, and I'm so glad that you invited me. Thank you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm glad to have you. You multi-talented. For the viewers that don't know about Brenda, let me tell you a little bit about Brenda Best. She is a Nashville award-winning singer, songwriter, and entertainer. The American Society of Composers, Author, and Publishers awarded her with the 2011 and 2012 ASCAP Award. She's a four-time Nashville Independent Music Award winner, 2012 and 13. She's a winner of the 2023 ISSA Music Award, International Singer Songwriter Award. She is now a member of the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame, New Brunswick, and she was inducted in 2015. She is also a voting member of the Gospel Music Association and the Recording Academy, the GRAMMYs. Yeah, she's done a lot. It's more to it, but yeah, Brenda. We appreciate the time tonight. I know you're busy. You got this new music video, this new single out. But going back to the very, very beginning, tell us how you got started.
Well, I started professionally as a musician about 20 years ago. And before that, I was just part-time, because we had an all-girl band in Charlottesville, Virginia, before I came to Nashville. And let's see, we were named Best and Walker. And we played like the circuit because it's a university town. So we had gigs at pubs, and sometimes we did private gigs, but we traveled a lot around Farmville and Richmond and places like that. And we also had another spin-off band from that with a couple of guys, and we went by Southwind. And I love that band, I miss those days sometimes. I was hoping to convince my sidekick Penny, who was really the one that hired me, sort of thing, to be in this band. I wanted her to move to Nashville with me so bad in 1999, because I think as a duet, as girls, we would have gone really far, because we were great together. When we sang together, it was like a good blend. Our voices blended as though we were sisters. And that leads me to say that before all that, when I was a kid, I sang with my sisters, but their they started it because my mother was the talented one in the family, and we inherited that talent from her side of the family. And let's see, I know I'm saying a lot of ands, but it kind of gets me thinking a bit too. In our hometown, first of all, I was born in Canada in a nice little city called Campbellton, New Brunswick. And when it comes to talent, I think a lot of people are talented, first of all, coming from there. It's as though it's a blend of talented people, whether they're artists, they paint, whether they sing. There's just so much. And the population when I was there was probably 20,000, about that. And I moved away from there and moved to the southern part of my province to work for the government. And then from there, I moved west. I went to Winnipeg. Then I went to Vancouver. And then I ended up in Virginia. And then from there to Nashville. So I traveled a lot. And those were just from life, from jobs. And the Virginia thing, I think that part of my life was serious stuff, because in 1994, I got really sick with ulcerative colitis. And I ended up in UVA at the hospital having surgery. But first it started off, they treated me because I had ulcerative colitis, so they thought they could control it. But it's like 5 days into a bed in a hospital, that whole large colon perforated. It was like I almost died. So they rushed me in emergency surgery for that, got the whole colon taken out. So, there was a lot of other surgeries that followed that. So when I got well, like a year and a half later, because that's when everything was fine to go, but I promised myself right then and there that I would change. It was literally a kick in the butt.
It was like a reality check, huh?
Yeah, it really was. So I decided from there that if I got a chance to move to Nashville, and I think God sometimes has a plan anyway, because I didn't die. And I lived through that. It's a miracle. And so I took off to Nashville, and with my husband, by the way. You met him a while ago.
I met him. Hey, husband.
I like that. I need an assistant. And so anyways, I came to Nashville at that time, and really, I was hustling. I was playing the honky tonks down on Broadway, and I liked it, but I didn't like it at first. I was, it's like you make $60 in a gig, and the club owners only pay you $20 to play 4 hours.
Oh my God.
It's cruel, but you learn quick that if you're gonna be an entertainer and you're in those places, you're gonna learn to talk to the people, and you're gonna learn to, it's like almost like you gotta learn every dang song that they might request. So
I was gonna ask about that. I was gonna ask you about that.
It's like, even when you're not doing the gig, you come home and you're practicing and you're learning the lyrics. And 20 years ago, we were not reading lyrics off of our phones. We had to memorize them, learn the songs, or use a piece of paper on stage. That's how, dinosaur I am with these gigs. But now it's like you see a lot of entertainers, they'll use their phones because it's the people request a song, and if everything is on your tablet or on your iPhone, you can pull up the chords, you can pull up the lyrics to the songs, so it works really good. But I didn't have all that at that time. So now I'm glad I'm not doing that show downtown anymore. And I'm doing something else, which I'll talk about in a minute. Can you still hear me? Looks like we've been cut off. Technical difficulties. Hey, how's it looking over there? No, but it's not my side. I think it's something in the, because we got.
It's not doing anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Maybe. So I think it depends where we left off when I was telling the story. Where's my phone, by the way? Where did I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that was the longest pause ever.
Where did I leave off? Do you remember?
You were talking about the clubs and you know how you had to memorize the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, thank God for iPhones, because you can look up lyrics pretty quickly now when you're playing a gig, and even sometimes the chords of a song. I think you're cutting out back again. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I
and
can.
everybody else can. Okay, well, so anyway, now back to all that. So in those days, we didn't have that 20 years ago. So it's pretty fun now that people can rely on that, especially because Nashville musicians rely on tips. And in a tip jar for your 4-hour gig, people that come in are going to ask for a lot of different songs. They're going to say, hey, can you play, you know, something by Luke Combs? Can you play so and so and so on? So you sometimes don't remember all the words to the song. It's like, wow. So you can look it up. The band knows it. They can also pull up these charts around Nashville. You know, you don't read music the same way that you would in an orchestra.
Right.
You probably would rely. Yeah, you rely on what they call the Nashville number system. It's really interesting. People can Google that if they don't know what I'm talking about and check it out. It's a pretty versatile thing to do in Nashville with musicians, so they'll know your song. Anyways, so let me see. I don't want to get all stuck on that, but I moved on. From there, I was doing sometimes 3 gigs a day. I had the 4-hour shift on Saturday mornings. I had one in the afternoon. In the evenings, like 6:30, I had another show. And then by 10 o'clock, I was at the Palace, which is another place where I entertain every once in a while. And I did that for about 4 years. I liked it all, but I kind of got burned out, and it was hard on the voice. It really was.
Yeah, I would take a toll.
Yeah, it would.
I'm sorry. Now, were you working like a job, or was that your income? That's how you were getting all your income.
Yes. It was impossible to work at a job if I was doing all these gigs. I did a bit of, you know, when you work for Randstad, those part-time jobs you get here and there. In the winter months, things were really slow, and I have secretarial skills and I had computer skills, and I just loved doing that in the winter because it gave me some income. And besides that, I also found a place to audition, believe it or not, who they were looking for a character. They wanted a Loretta Lynn impersonator. So Loretta Lynn, everybody knows her as the coal miner's daughter. Some people may not know who that is, but she passed away just a couple of years ago. She even recorded an album with Detroit rock star, Jack White. He produced her record. Wow. He's from White Stripe. Yeah, he lives in Nashville. So they had a really good record together, and they were together on the Walk of Fame in Nashville. So I met her. It was an amazing experience meeting her.
Oh man!
So I was playing her in a show, wearing all the big gowns, styling the hair just like her, and singing I was born a coal miner's daughter. And it was one of my first gigs besides doing honky tonks.
Wow.
And yeah, I did that.
So what was her reaction?
It was good. I wasn't 100% great at it. I think I grew into it because I always want to challenge myself to make better, to do better. I would analyze every show, and I still do it even now that I'm not a character. I'm just me. Right. I'll come home or drive in the car and think about, how could I do this show better the next time? Because people are paying money to come and see you. And it's so important you give them 100%. You know, I really believe in that. And the show I do now, by the way, It's called the Nashville Nightlife. It's called the Best of Country. And I've been in that show for about 20 years too. Well, no, less than that. Well, almost, because it was shortly after the bar gigs that I'd burned out 4 years after I was in town. And I did the character of Loretta Lynn, but then I got to be just in the production show. I was singing backup, and then they finally featured me. They realized, hey, you know, she can sing too. I wasn't just backup. So I ended up with a steady part in the show, which I still do. And it's a lot of fun. I meet about 3,000 people a week on in the busy season. And I just love it. It's called the Best of Country at the Nashville Nightlife. Yeah.
Man, I tell you gotta love.
Yeah, where did we cut off this time?
It's
What's that? Cutting out a little bit.
get more than yeah. It's really cutting out bad.
I think it's because there's a lot of storms in the air tonight. I could hear you a minute ago. I'm gonna put on my favorite hat. I'm like taking selfies of myself. Can you see? Oh my God. Well, I can't hear him, but hey, since everybody's watching and Mo is not on, I just put on my favorite hat. And I got a whole collection of cowboy hats I'm showing y'all right now. This one was given to me by a nice group of people. They bought me this hat. It's awesome because it's a wheat haul and shin. It looks good on stage. And then we've got the one that I wear a whole lot. This one is from the Nashville shop. This one's really cute. I was entertaining everybody with my hats.
This is bad. This is the worst it's been in a long time. And it's still cutting out.
I think it's because there's storms in the air. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. They do.
Well, I don't want to. Let's just.
Let's talk about the bitter end.
That's what I was going to.
Yeah.
Tell me about your new project, Bitter End. Tell us about how you got the concept of it.
Yeah, well, the concept was, I don't know, it came to me because I was getting ready to sing a new song. Well, a song. It was an original song. I was invited to New York City to the bitter end of all things. It's an iconic nightclub in Manhattan, and it's just, I mean, it's iconic. I mean, Springsteen entertained there, Bon Jovi, even way back, Bob Dylan and people like that sang in there. So they had a thing called an event for songwriters with the indie collaboratives. And they invited a bunch of the members, whom I'm a member of that, and invited to sing as part of that show. So showcasing something that you wrote. So I wrote a lot of songs, but I felt that I wanted something new. And because I was going to New York, I thought, well, they're not going to like anything really deadly country, like something traditional. So I want to write something fresh, because I sang Can You Promise, which is an awesome song. People like it a lot, which I'm thankful for. Everybody that likes that song, thank you very much. I wanted something different to maybe, I don't know, in my head I thought, well, I want to impress them, so I'm going to try something new. So I sat here in my music room at home and came up with one that the lyrics were about, you held a grudge for centuries. It starts like that. And I thought, yeah, where's this going? And then it kept coming. I mean, the ideas. But the original one that I sang in New York was somewhat different. Like, coming into the second verse was a different verse altogether than what I rewrote in 2024. And I posted a video with the original one a while back. It's on my Facebook, and I could dig it up and repost it later on. And it's me singing it's a rehearsal before the actual show, and I sang it in a hotel bathroom. So I decided I'd video myself doing it to see what it would sound like. And that's the version that I thought, well, that's good. I want to post that. So I did, and I posted it way back then. But then I took the song to be critiqued, like about a year after I had performed it in New York. I hadn't even recorded it yet, except for just a small demo. So because I'm a songwriter and I pitch songs to publishing companies in Nashville and other writers, I ended up going to this lady at a publishing company, and she tore it apart. She didn't like it. She was, saying it's too literal, and I gotta get my, hey, assistant, I need my computer plugged in. Yeah, I just need it plugged in because we got a low battery. It's deadly. It's like 1%. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, where'd he go? So I don't know if he's still there, but I'm going to continue telling.
You're still on.
Good. So continuing that story, I sang the song, got it critiqued, and it was a lady from ASCAP who I'm a member of. So I decided, I was so hurt, I guess, by her saying it wasn't any good. She didn't like the bitter end. I rewrote some of it, and I rewrote it again. And then finally in 2024, 5 years later, I took it to my producer, Sean Pody, at the Podium recording studio in Nashville. And this is how it turned out. You guys have been listening to it since its release on July 19th, and thank you. And just Monday, this week, it was released to YouTube. The video was shot on location at Mirror Mirror. It's a place in Nashville where it's actually a tea room and a vintage store. And the two people that own it are just fantastic. Marco and Tracy, they're so wonderful. And if you get a chance to visit with them, they're on Instagram at Mirror Mirror Network. And speaking of Instagram, if you're looking on Instagram to find me, you can find me at Brenda Best Nashville on Instagram and also on Facebook. Brenda Best Nashville. My website, brendabest.net. And by the way, online, on my website, some people ask about my music. You can download my music, but I've got some hard copies available. This is the best of me. I got a bunch of songs on this that I'd written. Also a gospel one called Speak Your Name, and a Christmas song that I wrote right here with Justine Blazer and got it produced by her and also by Sean. And it's called Make Christmas Last Forever. So I hope that you'll go find all those songs. You know, it is still July. So in July, Christmas in July, we got one more day. Yeah, we do. So I hope everybody's been having a really great summer. You know, when it comes to influences in music, sometimes interviewers ask me about who I listened to all my life, but I had different influences. It was everything from rock and roll to country to old classics. Like my mother would play Johnny Rivers, Secret Agent Man, songs like that. I really like those. Plus, anyway, I like minors. I like when I play a guitar and I like making songs. Oftentimes, hey, it's a minor chord. It's mysterious. I like those. Also, but I think though, moving to Nashville, it felt good about doing country music. So I did, and I switched gears for a while, doing really traditional country music, and I still like that. I still do it. But when it comes to writing songs, I keep up with the pace, I guess. There's a lot of modern country that sounds a little bit like what I used to listen to when I was really a kid, and my teens. I mean, we listened to 80s rock, 80s pop, and those influences really leak into a lot of new country that we have today. So I wish I could know if I'm still on. So because I can't see Mo right now, and I'm just talking away to keep you guys entertained. So if you're listening, there you go. I'm so glad. Thank you. So let's see, what else can I say? I want to give a shout out to, speaking of music influences, one of the best DJs that I heard as a kid and he influenced my life was Steve Bijou. And he was living in Campbellton, New Brunswick, worked for a station there, and he played everything. So everything from country music to rock and roll, and I think he was more of the rock DJ. But that station was good because it had a blend of everything. So I really grew up around that kind of thing and that kind of music. Back to some of my links that you can find my music. You can find me at Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok Music. You know, sometimes when you choose a song in the background for your video, look for me, Brenda Best. I got some songs out there that might fit what you got posted. So I hope so. Let's see, what else can I tell you? What about the people that I went to school with? Hello, you guys. And let's see, people that are in Detroit. I know I've done some gigs up in Detroit, Kansas, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. And I was playing corporate gigs, sometimes private parties and pubs, and even a big firm. We entertain some kind of farmers show, farmers convention for I forget which company, but yeah, it's been a while. So just let me know, let us know in the comments of this show if you guys are enjoying Skrilltown Mo. Yeah. Also, I want to show you some more hats. Some people say, what's the hat that you wore on the cover of your single, of your latest single, The Bitter End. And it's this one right here. So, here, I'll pose like it. That's the cover of my new record. And then, if you haven't seen my new music video, well, it's last year's music video, You're So Vain. This is the hat that I was wearing right here. Belongs to Razor G. It's a Justin hat. Oh, I like this one. This one I really like. I have so many of them, but I like them all, and every once in a while I like switching them. But everybody loves this one right here with the cow print. It was just plain orange, and sometimes I get a little crafty and I put this lining in, and I painted the strap right here. Also, sometimes I'll wear this one. This one belonged to a doctor from Colorado, and I did a gig in Clarksville for him. He's an anesthesiologist, and they gave me this as a present. So I really like this hat a lot. It's a really good quality one that they bought in Colorado. But you guys tell me in the comments which hat you thought fit me better. You see me with this one oftentimes too. So I'm just waiting for the host of our show to reconnect, and until then, maybe I'll play you a song. Let's just get a guitar here. Hold on, I want to get a guitar. I want to get this one. This is the guitar that I used in the music video for The Bitter End. I wish it was plugged in. My acoustic happens to be at the Nightlife, so I don't have it with me. And this guitar belongs to Bob Green. He's a good friend. He always lends me good guitars. My mind's been spinning round and round since I looked into your eyes. My heart's been feeling warm after a freeze of countless lies. But what could it be that you see in me that no one else could ever find? Trust is a word that's so painful for me, an emotion that never was kind. Now I'm faced with unanswered questions. Help me rest assure my doubts. There are things I just have to know. I hope you'll understand why. Can you promise that you'll never leave? Is forever a word that you can believe? Will you be there when I'm 103? Could I die in your arms with you still loving me? Can you promise? Can you promise me? And there you have it. So right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Mo and let him know that we kind of miss him on this show. Kind of miss the guy. So just be patient, everybody. Let's see. Hey, where did you go? I'm going to text him right now. Hey, Mo, where did you go? I know I am. Oh, no, that wasn't him. I got a text, but it wasn't him. It was somebody else. I think that was Shirley and Eric from New Brunswick calling me. He's typing right now. I'll tell him I'm still live. Hey, I'm still on live right now. So I was entertaining them with my guitar and showing them my CDs that I sell at the show and online at my website. So, where are you? Wow, my line's blowing up. I got Louie. He's watching. He said, "Hey, continue. You're doing good. Thank you. Thank you for watching." Let's see who else. Darla, waiting to go live. You probably are right there, Darla, in Texas. Hi, girl. And I got John Paul, Ontario. Hi, my friend. Are you making some coffee tonight? I need a cup. Here he is. Okay, he says the network disconnected. He says, I'm so embarrassed. He's sorry. This is Mo, the host of our show. So let's see here. He says, I want to reschedule our interview and redo it. What do you guys think? Let Mo know if you want to redo this, because I think it would be really a lot of fun. It wouldn't allow him to reconnect. So I should say bye, because it's not my show. But anyway, I thought he was coming back. Since he's not and he's not able to, I want to say hello, or not hello, we said that at the beginning. I want to say thank you to everybody who was watching, and I wish you guys a really good night, a good Tuesday night. Tomorrow, there'll be a couple of more things that I'm going to post about. I can't say them on somebody else's show, but I'll post them on my Facebook wall and let you guys know what's cooking for Wednesday. It's another big deal, and I'm excited. So good night, everybody. Good night, Mo. Thank you, Skrilltown Mo, for having me on your show. Bye-bye, everybody.